First language acquisition versus second language acquisition. Are they the same? Is learning languages an innate ability? Innateness is the built-in ability to learn language. In FLA, babies are born with a natural ability for language. In SLA, some argue that adults lose this ability, making SLA harder. Young learners in SLA may benefit from this innate capacity. Let's look at the behaviorist model, imitation and reinforcement. In FLA, children learn by copying adults and receiving praise. In SLA, learners repeat phrases and get corrections from teachers. Both involve imitation, but SLA often needs explicit correction. Cognitive processing, building language rules. In FLA, children actively create their own grammar rules. In SLA, learners develop an evolving inner language system. Both involve trial and error in grammar teaching. Social interaction, which is learning through communication. In FLA, babies learn by interacting with parents and caregivers. In SLA, learners acquire language through conversations with speakers. Social interaction is key for both, but SLA requires more effort. Pattern recognition, learning from repeated input. In FLA, children pick up language patterns from exposure. In SLA, learners notice patterns in input and apply them to speech. Both rely on recognizing frequent word and sentence structures. Rich input, importance of language exposure. In FLA, children need a variety of speech from adults to develop language. In SLA, learners improve when exposed to meaningful, comprehensible input. More exposure leads to better acquisition in both cases. Statistical learning, recognizing word patterns. In FLA, babies detect word boundaries by hearing repeated sounds. In SLA, learners benefit from repeated phrases to understand grammar. The frequency of words and structures influences learning in both. Motivation and emotion, role of feelings in learning. In FLA, children are naturally motivated to communicate. In SLA, anxiety or confidence affects how well learners acquire language. Emotions play a role in learning speed and success. Implicit versus explicit learning. In FLA, children learn without formal teaching. In SLA, adults often require explicit grammar instruction. Both types of learning can be useful in SLA. To sum up, in FLA, first language acquisition, it is natural and subconscious. It happens in early childhood. It requires no formal instruction. It has strong innate ability called universal grammar involved. And you can get full mastery in all skills, including pronunciation, grammar, fluency, etc. SLA, second language acquisition, is conscious and effortful. It can happen at any age. It often needs formal instruction. It is influenced by first language, and it varies in proficiency, so some learners never truly achieve full fluency. FLA process is natural and developmental, from babbling to one-word stage to the two-word stage to complex grammar and full fluency. The SLA process is more variable, learning basic phrases to inner language development to fluency, which is not always native-like. And finally, both FLA and SLA involve social interaction and communication, input, which is listening and reading, cognitive processing, which is pattern recognition, and finally, motivation and emotional influence. Thank you.